Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Thursday, October the 30th. My name is Barry Enerson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Four trades to talk about today and some interesting stuff, well, for me anyway. And of course, we had some problems with the data coming on non-NASDAQ stocks, which really actually ended up helping me quite a bit. So now the first trade I took was a THRM. Now this did not, in fact, I don't think it's, no, it didn't show up. This did not show up on my bounce alert list because at one point, I think I have a 500,000 share minimum, and it was under 500,000 shares when it was doing that. But got the alert from one of our posters, Denislav, and sort of for me an amusing situation because yesterday OCN was in the news, and Denislav was in the chat room in the trading room. I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, along with some of his buddies, and all of a sudden he just kind of disappeared. And so when OCN was going nuts yesterday, I remarked, geez, I wonder where Denislav is because he used to trade that all the time, kind of as a pairs trade. And then he showed up. I guess he read my post and he got logged in with his Twitter account and he's back. And I'm very glad to see him back. He's a great trader and a good guy. And he alerted me to this today as a bounce play. And this was, this was sensational. Um, Let me show you where I got in. Now, this was very whippy though. The spread was a little bit dicey. Couldn't take very many shares, but I decided to get in right here at 37.60 and a little bit late. Probably should have got in 36.81. I mean, I'm really late. I mean, if I'm truly looking at this, but I'm not sure when he actually alerted me to this. It might have been right in this area here. I don't know if it was right here, but it doesn't really matter because it was very, very. No, you know what? He did alert me here, and he took it, I think, in this area here. But for me, this just did not set up well enough. The where was I going to put my stop? And it was just I sort of like a tighter last candle and then a tighter green candle over it. So it didn't really fit my pattern, but more power to him. He took it, I think, in this area and rode it. I don't know where he got out, but it doesn't really matter. But I decided to take the trade right here, and I'm not exactly sure why I decided to take it, but it just looked like it had that. I mean, it was down so much. I mean, this was down at that point. It's another probably dollar or so, so maybe $8 it was down. Um, so I decided to take it, and I took it at 37.60. I chickened out and got rid of half of it at 37.78. And then, boy, it really took off and it got as high as 39.31. And I didn't get out. I got out here at 37.70. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. 38.48 is where I got out as it started coming down again. And boy, did it ever take off after that again, though. I mean, up to $40. But really, it would have been awfully, awfully hard to hold this because it was just going whipping up and down, big spread. So, look at this. I mean, here's a 5 minute chart, remember. So 39.39 down to 38.11. So, over a dollar on this move here. So I was extremely happy just to take what I took. And again, thanks a lot to Dennis Laff for pointing that out. The next one was TTPH, another really tough one. But this is why I got into it. You see right here this huge volume bar. So I was alerted to it right at this level here. But again, another one in which the spread between the bid and the ask was, kind of getting insane. And so I just bided my time and watched it kind of float around here. You see how these bars are now starting to tighten a little bit. And then we got a pop up here. I almost bit, but it came back down. And then on this bar, I decided, because remember now, it was down here, 25.43, and then these buyers took over, brought it back up, and I ended up taking the trade right here at 25.75. And I I took out half of it at 26.21 on right up here. And again, this was so spready, whippy, wild, and I just had to protect some of my profit. And then all of a sudden I get this bar, and so I exited right here the next time at 25.90. Watch it zoom back up, kicked myself, thought, oh no, it's going to, really accelerate from here. But it didn't, and it came all the way down here. So, I mean, again, you have to take on these ones because they're so wild and spready and whippy, and it's a guess. Come on. I mean, a lot of times it's kind of a guess. I thought the pattern looked decent, but as far as getting in and out, boy, you've really got to be nimble on some of these. The next one was, and here is where I think I got lucky, a mat. So same thing. You see this big volume bar. I was alerted to it right around here. And so you see it had broken through the whole number 21 and it was holding really well, really well. So I decided to take the trade right here at 21.10 as it was moving up. Now, what's the time here? The time is, well, it looks like it's about 12:25. Take a look at the SPY here. Yeah, actually, so, oh no, it's the next trade. It's the next trade. So that had really nothing to do with it. Well, what I was going to show you, and I think it's the next trade that I got into that this helped. Obviously, there was something happened with the data, the New York Stock Exchange data, because this is just what this was just strange when we were all remarking about it in the room and saying, "Are you guys getting these tails?" And then all of a sudden, it just flatlined, and so data wasn't coming in. And then you can see what's happened since the data has come back. The market is just tanking. And I don't know if it's spooked because, here's another technological mishap in the market on the exchange. So maybe that, it's just getting punished for that. But let me go back to a mat. I ended up taking the trade here at 21.10, and actually this is the point I took it right before I decided to walk my dog, and I put a stop in at 21.01 and went out and came back, and it was right around here, and so I just held it, and I got all the way up to 21.44, and then as it was coming down, I sold at 21.35. So not stupendous, but 25 cents. And a fairly stress-free trade. Of course, now I think with the rest of the market, it's starting to drop because of probably because of the technological problems. That were technology problems that happen. I can't really think of any other reason because these quotes were not affected, but maybe in sympathy with what was happening. Now this is the one. Please don't make a liar out of me. ADSK. Yes, this is definitely the one. Okay, same thing. I was alerted to ADSK right here on this volume bar. So it's right below, here's 56.97, so it was right below 57. And this was pretty tight. I mean, for a $57 stock, I mean, the spread was only 3 or 4 cents, 2 or 3 cents. So it was really tight here. And I actually said in the room that I was going to take an order at 57.04, well, basically an anticipatory order. So I placed my order thinking that if it ever popped through here, it might pop through here way too fast for me to manually put in a trade. So I took an anticipatory order at 57.04, got filled, luckily, and boy, it just zoomed up. And I took out half here at 57.26 and the other half at 57.39. But look at the time that this happened. See, this is 1:15, and here's the SPY. Just after 1:15, you see this popped up. And so I mean, to be honest, I don't know if this was supposed to happen, like the SPY actually went up like this. I mean, I guess it did, but then all of a sudden, the data just ceased. But that basically helped my ADSK trade. And luckily, it's a NASDAQ stock, so it wasn't affected. And so I was able to get out of both MAT and ADSK without any problems. If it had not been a Nasdaq stock and had done this, I would have been waiting here, and then all of a sudden I would have got this big red bar down, and who knows at what price I would have. Well, let's just take a look, see what's happened with it. Yeah, you see, this is what would have happened. I would have, it would, this, no, it wouldn't have killed me or anything like that, but certainly I wouldn't have got out at this level here. And who knows, if I maybe was going to hold on and then it would have just kept going down and I could have just got stopped out at my buy-in price. So that's a situation in which it helped me. Again, I don't know what the problem was, but I'm sure we'll read about it once the market is closed, or I'm sure it's out there now, but I'm sure there'll be all the CNBCers and anybody else who wants to comment on the exchanges. I'm sure they're going to be all over this and say, here's another glitch. So exciting. But that's it for today. And let me just bring back the cover page. Here's again the address to get in. You can log in with your Facebook or Twitter account. And I hope to see